Hello, friends. Good day. Welcome back to the Trust Your Worth podcast, the podcast that helps you tap in to the power of knowing your worth. My name is Brittany, and I'm so excited to be going on this worth journey with you today. I just want to say a special thank you to Bradley for coming on my show this past week. If you haven't heard last week's episode, please go listen to it. It is so good. I'm so grateful for Bradley and for him sharing his coming out story and about his face transition. So if you haven't listened to it, please go check it out. Episode 10. Yes, it's a great episode. Anywho, today we are talking about when you are offended, when you take things personally. Something happens to you or somebody is perceived to be so rude to you or whatever, and you are like, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, the whole bit. So today we're talking about when you get offended and what those feelings are trying to tell you. So let's get to it. Okay, story time. When I was younger, I was a tomboy. Actually, I'm still kind of a tomboy. I have definitely tapped in more to my feminine energy these days. But back in the day, I'd say mostly in high school, I was a volleyball player, I was a basketball player, but like at the time in the mid 2000s, and One was like the biggest brand. And they just had, those long gangster basketball shorts. And so I lived in my gym clothes because I genuinely was playing so much sports. Like sometimes 3 to 4 hours of my day was just taken up by either practicing or a game or, the student athlete life. So I lived in my b-ball shorts. I loved them. They were long. They went past my knees. I had some Aloha print ones too, and I thought I was so cool. Anyways, my sister, or should I say my sisters, would wear short shorts. And I would be personally offended because I was like, they look good in their short shorts. And I believed that I didn't look as good in short shorts. So I would get hurt. They were just living their life, like looking super cute in their short shorts. And I just wanted to be like my sisters. I felt insecure about my body and was actually so scared to wear short shorts because I couldn't pull them off. This all changed when I went to college. I was 17 and off to university, and I lived in the college dorms. It was a girls only dorm, so I felt safe. I felt secure with my girlies. So I would run around the halls just in my undies, and I started what was called No Pants Tuesday, where the entire floor, well, most of them, would just run around in their underwear because we were like, let's be free, let's be gals. And because of that, so I actually have a kind of really big birthmark on my leg that is hidden when I wear my long shorts. But when I'm in my swimsuit and stuff, you can see it. And that was also part of the reason why I wouldn't wear any short shorts. But this No Pants Tuesday just really was like, I don't even care anymore. Became super secure in wearing booty shorts. And I actually loved wearing booty shorts. And then I just started wearing them everywhere because I was like, you know what? I love my legs. So as you can see, when I took offense to my sisters wearing their short shorts, it genuinely had nothing to do with them. They had no idea. I mean, I would make actually, no, they had an idea. I would make comments and be like, why are you in your short shorts? Gross. Like, I regret my treatment of my sisters because of their short shorts. I'm so sorry. Love you. My sisters who I said those rude things to, I was young and we've talked about it. They've since forgiven me for my insecurities and my projection. That was me projecting onto them, and I'm grateful they forgave me because I I really took offense to their short wearing. So suffice it to say, this story is to illustrate that when you get offended, most likely it has nothing to do with the person who offended you. In most cases, people are just living their lives and they're not thinking about, oh, if I do this, I'm really going to hurt Brittany's feelings by wearing my short shorts. No, like they had no idea that my insecurity was causing me to be angry and mad at them for literally no reason. So when you take offense, it is actually a defense mechanism. You are trying to protect yourself because some insecurity is popping up and you don't really want to accept the truth about that insecurity in the moment, or whatever reason, it's going to hurt you. So you try and protect yourself by being offended. So for me in this example, my sister wearing short shorts made me feel insecure about my body. So I would get offended that they're wearing short shorts. And most times it was me just being angry with them and be like, I don't know why I'm angry at them, but I am. Or I would just like tell them and be like, ew, you're short shorts, and be rude about it. So how do we combat that? How do we combat taking offense? Well, we need to understand why we're being offended, which is our insecurities. So we need to talk about healing those insecurities. So in my case, I just, started wearing short shorts and then realized what I was missing out on and how many years I hid my beautiful legs for no reason. So, but I know this example seems silly, but it was important to me at the time. And most times when you're offended, it feels so big. It feels so important to you. But there are steps we can take to help us recognize the insecurities and then deal with those. And then also, there are things we can do when somebody is actively trying to hurt you, like it really is about you, or when it isn't. Okay, my girl Emma from Therapy in a Nutshell has an excellent video on how to not take things personally. I'm going to link it in the show notes. Please go watch it. There's a lot of information, so I'm trying to condense it down into a biteable chunk for you today. So Emma says there are 3 things that we need to do in order to stop taking things personally. So first, we need to get clarity. Second, we need to set boundaries. And third, we need a solid foundation of self-worth. Excellent things. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example that we can work through these things. So let's say I'm just chilling and somebody says to me, girl, you were looking fat. And I take offense to that because maybe I am looking a little chubs these days and that hurts my feelings. So I took offense to it. So now what? Well, first step is clarity. So I'm going to go ask this person like, hey, you called me fat for what? And back in the day, the millennials will know that fat with a PH meant you were pretty hot and tempting. So this person would be like, no, girl, I was calling you fat, like pretty hot and tempting. You're looking good these days. Like, good for you. So I totally missed their tone. They're like, girl, you looking fat. I missed it. Didn't catch it. But because I was listening to their words and not their tone. So again, that led to a miscommunication as to what's going on. So the thing they were saying seemed like they were trying to be hurtful. But I was able to get clarity just by simply asking them, just like, hey, you called me fat. That hurt my feelings. And, 1 or 2 things are going to happen when you call people out like this. They're either going to apologize and be like, I'm so sorry. I was having a bad day. I didn't mean to hurt you. That was uncalled for. I'm so sorry. Or 2, they're going to clarify what they meant. So like, no, I was calling you fat, girl. Like, pretty hot and tempting. You're looking so good. So talk to that person, get that clarity. Number 2, boundaries. Emma gives the example of boundaries as a fence, a physical fence in a yard. So you know what's on your side and you also know what's on the other side. But you can only control what's on your side. So when we get offended, there's sort of two patterns of thinking that can happen. The first is, am I a bad person? And the second is, or are they just a jerk? So if we react defensively and take offense, then we are going to find all the evidence to prove that that person is actually a jerk. And so we're going to spend time and be like, well, they called me fat, but they're ugly, so they're mid, doesn't hurt me. We're using that defense mechanism to be like, ooh, I'm taking offense, so it hurts less. And the second one, if I'm actually the bad person, then it's like, oh, what they said was right. I'm going to spiral out of control here. Like, man, I really am chubby. There's no way I'm going to get out of this. Like, this is awful. I must also be a bad person. People also must not like me. If he doesn't like me, then how can I like me? So both of these ways are not great patterns of thinking. So the way we can focus on what's in our control is by just breaking offenses down into two choices. First, it's not about me. And the second one, it is about me. And there's ways we can react. Okay, first, if it's not about me. People are so human. We all are. We all make mistakes. Even parents, they get overwhelmed and they yell at their children when they don't want to. Or you're just so freaking tired and you're angry about someone yelled at you today and called you ugly. So you went off and you're just super pissed at everyone in your family. You just attack your loved ones. Like, we've all been there. So when it's not about you, for example, if someone was like, Brittany, you're a freaking pineapple, and they meant it to be hurtful to me, like, I'm not going to take that personally because I'm not a pineapple. I'm a human. But if they're actively trying to offend you and hurt you, that really isn't about you. That's either them projecting or that's them just, trying to make themselves feel better by hurting someone else because in that moment they are hurt or tired or just overwhelmed. And so we all do things we regret when we are out of tokens. So just remember, if it was intentionally made to be hurtful to you, that it really isn't about you. That wasn't about you at all. They're just hurt. Okay, and the second one, what do we do if it is about you? If they just like hit a nerve, there was some truth into that statement. They were trying to make a funny joke, but like, nope, it got you right in the feels, right in the the gut. If it is about me, then I kind of have two choices. I can either take offense or I can take feedback. For example, my friend comes up to me and they're like, you haven't been a really good friend to me because you weren't here for me when I needed you. And that was really hurtful. I can either get offended and I can be like, well, I've been freaking busy. Like, work's been crazy and I just don't have the tokens right now. And I can be hurt by it, by them calling me a bad friend. Or I can be like, you know what? Thanks for the feedback. I will do my best to be better. Like, there's just been some reasons I've been going through some things. And I'm so sorry that I haven't shown up for you. And I'm going to try my best to be better. So, yeah, we either choose to take offense or take the feedback. I can be secure in myself enough to take people's feedback. And even sometimes when it's not given in the best way, we can just take it for what it is and either choose to apply it to our lives or not, if it's going to be helpful or not. All right, so this leads into number 3, which is building a strong sense of self-worth. The truth is that insecure people just get offended a lot, but secure people don't. They're able to let go of things. They're able to shake things off way more quickly and just move on because they know it's not about them and it's not in their control. They're focusing on the things that they control, which is themselves, which is, thank you so much for your feedback. I'm going to take that into consideration. And if it will help me grow, of course I'll use it. And if not, I'll be like, thanks so much, but I'm going to go live my happy life. So some of the key things Emma mentions about building a strong sense of self-worth is figuring out what your own values are. Like, what values am I including in the ideal person that I am trying to be? Do I want to be kind? Okay, how do I become kinder? Do I want to be more patient? I don't know if patience is something you could ask for, because my patience is tested all the freaking time. I am trying to work on my quickness to anger, and studying this topic has really helped, because I found myself focusing on trying to control other people's perceptions of me. And when I just stopped caring what people thought about me, what a burden that was lifted. I felt free, because I stopped caring. And I cared more about what I thought about me. And I think I'm a great, kind and loving, exciting, funny, hilarious person. And so those are the values that are important to me, and I'm striving to become better at them. So that is definitely something you can look into to build that strong sense of self-worth. Another one is you need to trust yourself. I see it all the time that people just don't trust themselves. And how do you know that you trust yourself? That it's in what you say and then what you do. So like, if you make a promise to be somewhere, be there, be reliable. You can do it. Just make that promise to yourself and keep it. Like, just a little reminder to try and keep the promises that you make to yourself so you can trust your worth a little more. Okay, so your worth work this week is to think of something that offends you. Something that just really grinds your beans and makes you angry every time. And I want you to think about the insecurity that brings up. And then I want you to write down 3 action items you can do to help cure this insecurity about yourself. Like, you're gonna do the worth work, and you're gonna take a look at it and be like, okay, what are 3 things I can do to help make myself more secure in my worth? So I'll use the example of this certain group of people never invites me to things anymore. And I'm a little hurt by it, because I know they're doing stuff without me because I can see it on Instagram all the time. And they're just having a gay old time, and then no one thought to invite me, even though I thought we were friends. Cool. So the insecurity that's popping up is that I want these people to like me. I'm insecure. I don't understand why they don't like me. I'm a great person. I'm a fun time. I don't get it. And it hurts. All right. So my 3 action items for this week for me, if I'm really thinking about it, is what the things I can control is 1, I'm going to do my affirmations. I know I'm a good person. I don't need their approval to be a good person. So secondly, I'm going to think about, wait, do I even want these people in my life? Like, if they're not going to include me, why would I include them? Because they're not showing me that I'm important. And the third thing I'm going to try and focus on this week is that statistically, not everyone is going to like me, and that's okay. I can take peace in knowing that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I'm just going to try and remember that throughout this week. I hope that is a helpful example. And, long story short, insecure people just get offended, and secure people can let things go and shake things off. So I hope this episode was helpful. It was really helpful for me to research all this stuff. I really hope you are able to do the worth work, and that you're able to recognize how awesome you are, and that taking offense for things is something that can be overcome, because sometimes I didn't believe it could be overcome. I can, just have a peaceful, happy life and not be offended by things, affronted by things all the time. It's exciting. Okay. Thank you so much for listening this week. As always, I would love to hear from you. So you can find me at trustyourworth.com or on Instagram at trust_your_worth. If no one has told you today, you are a majestical, magical creature who deserves to be happy. Thanks so much again. And don't forget to trust your worth, Kay. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.